So here's what's going on. Students are being sent an Adobe PDF document that they need to fill out. Comes to them in an email. And the email is specific to the session. So if you were in session 1, the form would be specific for that session, not for the student, the session. So you'll receive something, let's say this happens to be the second session one, and you'll need to fill in your information. In this instance, I'm just going to put in an artificial set of numbers, or that's 6 digits long. That's not your Tech Campus one. So Stu is going to get going on here. Stu was born on January 1st. Can you imagine that, January 1st of, let's see, 2003, I'm just going to guess. And he is from the best high school. Put in the name of the high school that you're going to graduate from. Not Tech Campus, but like, Warren or whatever it is. Of course, he lives at 123 Any Street. Doesn't know how to spell it, though. Phone number, up to you guys. I would definitely give them a valid one because they need to get a hold of you if the question would work. Otherwise. Now, here's the deal. Everything's been filled in. Oh, forgot to do city. So I guess you got to space over to get over to city here. This would be your home information wherever you happen to live. That's the one for Tech Campus. They're the zip code. All right, so once that's been filled in, and I don't quite have it yet, it needs signatures as well. So here's the trick. I'm going to do a hide on this so it doesn't show up in the way. Now what I want to do is I'm going to hold down the Alt and Control, and I'm going to zoom back so I can see the form. The other way you can do that is you could use the minus button at the top to zoom back to a point that you can see the form and it's still legible. Once it's there, I'm going to use the snipping tool. So if I type on the start button here and bring up the snipping tool, start on the screen, bring that in. I'm going to do a new selection. I'm going to grab from corner to corner and get the page. Now that's in the clipboard. Just to ensure, if I click here on copy, I know it's there. Now I'm going to go into Paint. I'm just going to do a paste, which is Control V for in my mind. And I'm just going to click on the pen tool. I'll come down here and I'll say, okay, this is my signature. I'm Stu Dent. And this is about how most signatures come in from kids that have never learned cursive. Please make sure you include the date as well. Now for a non-signature date, you can just click on, watch what I did up here at the top. I clicked on the text object, and I'm going to put in the current date right over here. And you can do January if you want to. And then go ahead and fill that in for your parent too that says, January 12th, 2020. And then get their permission, have them sign it. If they give you a verbal, and they're out of town or something like that, you can scroll in, scroll down, get in there, and you could actually do something if it's appropriate and if it's okay with your parents. You can go in here and don't put like Mr. Dent, don't put Stu's mom, but sign them as they might actually sign them, okay? I'm not encouraging plagiarism here. I'm just trying to show you that this is a form I believe any and every parent would sign, and they would just come in here and they'd go, I don't know what it's going to be, Robert Dent. Maybe your parent signs it like so. All right, so then what you got here is you got a form that's good to go. It's got the 2 signatures. It's got the dates. Everything's been filled in. That's a valid CLC ID number. You're going to go ahead and do a save as. Save it as a PNG, that's fine. Make it easy on me, you would put in your ID number, your last name, your first name, and you'd send that to me as your SSRF, as the form that you needed to have signed. Sample, save it there, and I can get the pictures. The other thing you should be able to do here is click on File and send an email. There it is. So I'll put in Mr. Judge's email, jjudge@techcampus.org, and I'll put something like SSRF Form for Stu Dent. Please see attached. Thank you. And Stewie then. So Stu sent me a nice little note here, and he clicks on send, and it's done. Form's filled out, and we got that. Okay, so that's that difficult. One quick reminder, if you need your CLC ID number and you went through the process, back to that. So if you go to our Q3 website, right here it says plan for the week. And if you went into that document, it's got everything laid out that you might want to click on in a different format. And down here under Tuesday, you're going to see if you turned in a CLC ID number to me, it is here. So you're going to want to open up that link. And as students turn them in, they gave me their ID numbers. So if you gave me one, it would be here. I don't want to reveal anyone's private information, but they would look in here and they'd see what their CLC ID number is. If you did not turn one in, I probably gave you a note that said, please send me the actual ID number. And that was for this type of a situation where if you didn't tell me, I didn't have it to give it to you back. All right. So 23 people have turned them in. If you haven't applied or anything, the reason I got that link there is all the information on applying to CLCs right here. How do I do it? Watch this video. Here's a PDF. If you can't find it in the list of ones here, but you know you did it, that's where you'd use that link up there on how to retrieve your college ID from CLC. Okay. In summary, you want to take the form, fill in the information, get 2 signatures on it, and return it to me electronically.